G'day there, straight into it. We're going to need some rice. Some protein would be good. Probably need a bit of garlic. Couple of eggs for 2 people. Sounds good. Oh yeah, some sort of salt. Soy will work. Or fish sauce. We go soy and then a little bit of fish sauce. Oh yeah, sugar just to balance the sweetness out. Oh, veggies, yeah, they're good for you. A little bit of white pepper there, lovely. These are unorthodox, I'll explain later. But right now, chopping things. This is crazy basic. You just take the roots off, separate it into whites and the dark green. Slice up the dark green. That's going to be for our garnish. And the light green's going to go in the stir fry. That is it. Pick up your mess and move on to the garlic. Garlic rules are as usual. Smash them up any way you like. I crush them with the side of my knife, shake them out of the husks, and then pound them in the mortar and pestle with a little bit of salt, and that is it. Nearly it. Ah, yeah, that's it. So, the old protein, eh? Today, pork. This is a little bit of shoulder. I'm going to slice it up with my ridiculous knife. This is actually a larp knife for making Chiang Mai larp. It's really good for mincing meat. It's not worth getting your mincer out. And as I've said before, hand minced is just so much better than shitty shop mince. So, I don't know, get one of these. I think I paid $8 for this. Oh no, I paid $8 for 2. Yeah, if you want to get real serious with your larp, use 2 like you're doing a drum solo. It's pretty fun. After all this, I feel obliged to say, of course, this can be a vegetarian meal. In fact, it can be vegan if you omit the fish sauce and use some sort of egg substitute, possibly silken tofu. You know, tomato's not actually that weird to go into a fried rice. In fact, you can get lots of different types of fried rice that do have tomato in them, but I only do it if tomatoes are in season. And the reason is nature's MSG. Not that I have anything against MSG. I find that if I chop the tomatoes up nice and finely and I put them in pretty much just after the mince, around the same time as the garlic, I get a little umami punch from what tomatoes bring to the table, and they just disappear into the dish. Okay, so now it's time to cook. It's going to be pretty quick, probably about 5 minutes. In fact, I know it's 5 minutes because I've already shot this. The rest of the cook is down to regulating the heat because we've sorted out all of the ratios for everything except for the sauces. So we're going to kick off with some oil. There's going to be 2 additions of oil into this dish. The first is for when we fry off the meat, and then the second is when we fry off the eggs. So don't go too crazy on the oil, probably 3/4 of a tablespoon each addition. Okay, so the pork's in now, and I'm just going to leave it alone for a minute so it can develop a nice little crust on its butt, and it will come away from the wok a little easier. There you go. I try not to mess too much with any proteins when they go in the wok. You always want to sort of let them set before you start messing around with them. Seems to be a good idea, works for me. All of the vigorous tossing and wok business comes after that. Oh look, tomatoes. Now you watch, in another couple of minutes those tomatoes will all be gone. You won't even know they're there. I promise it works. Anyway, so now I'm going to chuck in the garlic. The reason that I put the garlic in after I put in the meat is I don't want the garlic to burn before the meat browns. And I find that the combination of the oil that's already in the wok, the fat coming out of the pork, and the moisture sort of protects the garlic somewhat until we get to the next stage, which we should get to reasonably soon. Took a nice time for a toss. It's not really necessary at this stage, but it is fun. That's looking good. I think that's probably a little too hot. I would turn that down. There we go. Oh, that's fun. If there's any, chuck in the next lot of protein. So that's the last of the oil that's going in. So altogether there's probably about a tablespoon and a half. It's for 2 people, so it's not too bad. There we go. Here goes. Look at that. Guess what we're going to do with these? For about 30 seconds. That's right, nothing. Oh, they look really good. That's how you fry an egg, by the way. More oil than that, though. Thai fried eggs are the best. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I'm just going to let that set a little bit like that, and we're going to throw in the rice. So that's 2 cups of rice there. I don't know if I told you that before. I'm telling you that now. And it's basically just working it all together. Don't freak out if the rice is clumpy. If it's yesterday's rice, or a bare minimum if it's cold rice, it's going to break up. It just takes a little bit of time. Don't chop it. Don't stab it. Don't freak out. Just keep moving it around. And there we go. We want to sort of split the difference between letting it sit and developing some wok hay, a little bit of caramelization on the grains of rice, and tossing it all to break it up. It'll all come together. See how it's starting to dry out, starting to break up into individual grains. It's not mushy. Mushy is a word, or mushy. There we go. Oh, that's fun. Any reason to get a wok, that'll be it. That wok's a little bit too hot. You notice how that soy sauce kind of evaporated as soon as it hit the sides. You want the wok to be a little bit cool when you chuck it in. Anyway, that was 2 tablespoons of soy. I think you saw that. It's 30 ml altogether. Because the rice is quite dry now, the soy sauce gets sucked into it, and so each individual grain becomes nicely seasoned. A little bit of sugar just to, I don't know, complement the saltiness. And chuck in the spring onions, scallions, green onions, whatever you call them. Finish it off with a little bit of pepper. Basically, I'm just going to mix everything together and have a taste and see if I need to adjust. What do you reckon? Yeah, it's pretty good. Splash of fish sauce would help. There we go. Not too much. Alright. That's starting to look like fried rice. That steam coming off the rice is really beautiful. It's also practically good. It means that there's moisture escaping, therefore the rice is drying out. You're not having gluggy rice. We're pretty much done now. Feeling pretty happy about this one. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. Oh yeah. Looks like fried rice from a good shop. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think I might have nailed that one. We'll see. Gonna eat it soon. So that's the spring onion tops, just scattered over the top. Finish off with a little bit of white pepper, a wedge of lime, some obligatory discs of cucumber there. Wow, that was weird. It looked like I cut myself. I didn't. I just sped up the film. I do cut myself though. Could cut myself now, I know. All good. So that's a Asian shallot there and a couple of chilies. There goes a cat. So I'm just making some brick nampla to have as a sauce. So I'm just going to add 2 things to this. Add a bit of fish sauce to the little bowl. Add some to the table as well. And a squeeze of lime juice. That's it. That's brick nampla. A little bit of roasted dry chili. And some sugar. And that's it. It's looking pretty good. Oh, no, it's not it. Oh, look at you. Isn't that pretty? Fancy. Alrighty, let's have a squeeze. Oh man, you've done it again. Cheers everyone. Thanks for watching.